Bro, the power's out and I'm mad bored. Read, damn it, read! No! What's up, guys? You a fan of comic book movies and shows but don't know where to start in the comics? Or do you need some more comics to read? I got you. First 6 comic books that I read that I want you guys to check out. Now I'm gonna summarize these books for you and I will dip into spoiler territory here and there, but nothing important or big that'll ruin the experience for you. And with all that being said, let's get into it. Up first, we got Daredevil Yellow. Now this series is a more modern interpretation of the earliest issues of Daredevil. We open up to see Daredevil in his red suit and then we go back in time to see how he became Daredevil, which I'm sure we all know by now. Now the story immediately establishes that current Page has passed away, and Matt reminisces and narrates the early days of his career, from trying to solve his dad's murder, to how rough it was for his law firm in the beginning, to how he felt about Karen. I can't really call this story dark, but it does take itself seriously. And since this is early Matt Murdock, I really dig the art style that they went for here. A bit on the cartoony side to show those lighthearted moments, but also works with the time period as well. If you're looking for more Daredevil, check this out. Up next is Transformers by Image Comics. You can probably guess the summary of this one, but I'll do it anyway. A couple of humans, Spike and Carly, are just hanging out talking about life, when soon they find the presumed dead bodies of the Autobots. But of course they awaken, and the ongoing war on Cybertron continues right back here on Earth. Now listen, I'm like a casual fan at best. I've watched a couple of the Michael Bay movies, and I watched Transformers 1. But this right here, this is good. I expected the action to be great, but the best part of this series is definitely the storytelling. The Autobots are injured, low on allies, and away from home, and you really see how that weighs on everyone. After watching Transformers 1, if you're a newcomer like me, this might be the most human you see the Transformers, if that makes any sense. Oh, when this story gets bloody, and I'm not talking about oil, humans are treated exactly how you would expect when dealing with these guys, like fragile sacks of meat. It's an ongoing series, and I encourage you to check it out. Up next is Doctor Doom, Books of Doom. Now this is similar to Daredevil Yellow in 2 ways. 1, it's also an origin story, and 2, Doom is the one narrating. Fitting, right? Now this book covers every major event in Doom's life, from his humble beginnings as part of a Romani tribe to the man he is today. Now the immediate thing you understand is that Victor Von Doom is a gifted yet troubled guy, and it was all set in motion with the death of his parents. That's not a spoiler. Having one living parent is overachieving. We know this. And while he is still a decent person at the beginning of his story, you see how that changes as you read. Doom really could have been a good guy if he had friends in therapy, but he knows he's gifted, and that does not help. You see how he started developing a superiority complex when people are feeding it. He already viewed everyone around him like lesser beings, but when he got into his accident, he grew really hateful. But despite his mental spiral, one thing that never leaves his mind is freeing Latveria. Bro, he's learned magic from monks to pull it off. Eat your heart out, Batman. And again, despite having some shit to work through, he freed Latveria, and they are thriving under him. Now, if there's one thing that this book reinforces that maybe a few Doom fans forget, this man is a villain. Like, yes, he rules a utopia, and there's some other good things about his character, but the man ain't shit. He can't stand Reed Richards, and he ain't even really do nothing, really. But hey, one does not simply deny the badass that is Doom, so check this book out. Going back to Image Comics, we got Scarlet and Duke. G.I. Joe books, and while the stories are connected, they share the same world. Let's start with Scarlet. Now, Scarlet, or Shauna O'Hara, is a secret agent, and she's doing her 007 thing at a fancy party. A little human trafficking, nothing she can't handle, but here's the problem. Her best friend, Jinx, is in league with the bad guys. Mission gets off the rails a little bit, but she gets it done. But now she's thinking, what is my best friend into? Because she knows her, and she knows she wouldn't be involved in something like this unless something was very wrong. She tracks her down to the Arashikage, storms out on Snake Eyes' clan, and she starts to figure out what's going on. Now let's hop over to Duke real quick. Now Duke, or Conrad Hauser, to put it bluntly, is him. A leader, someone you can count on, and an all-around asset to the military. But on a fateful mission, something attacked and shit just went sideways. And unfortunately, Duke has a little fall from grace. He's not what he used to be, and you can't blame him. Something he saw with his own 2 eyes killed his friend, and no one believes him. And to make matters worse, when he tries to investigate just what attacked him on his own, even more shit hits the fan, and now he's on the run fighting for his life. And I'll stop right there. Here's why I want us to review these 2 books together. I think I'm now a G.I. Joe fan. G.I. Joe, do you know how difficult that is to be right now? You know, I'm expecting some military stuff with bootleg Black Widow and Captain America over here, but that comparison is unfair. This chick is a ninja. Duke is the more G.I. Joe one of the 2, and that's the thing. There isn't really a G.I. Joe yet. There is a G.I. Joe series at the time I'm recording this, but in terms of these 2 books, that's not a thing yet. And I think that's really cool that they're establishing these key figures in this super team before really giving it to you. Image gives Snake Eyes a series, and my life is yours. Great art, action, and interesting story setup. If you were like I and indifferent about G.I. Joe, I think these will sway you. And to cap things off, we got Avengers Twilight. Here we take a familiar step into the future, and things have changed. After the events of H-Day, the Avengers held that whole golden age of superheroes a thing of the past. Heroes are either dead or in hiding, and now the government controls everything. There's a strict curfew, news outlets only show you what they want you to see, and absolutely no recording anything. Cap is a relic of the past more than ever now, and he just tries to live with it. But after he sees the cracks in this utopia, he decides to become Captain America once again. But it's by no means simple, and he's gonna need a lot of help for this one. Honestly, the best way I can put this book is these old heroes from the past fighting for their future. It's called Avengers for a reason. Steve can't pull out some inspiring words and move the people anymore. They're in too deep. Heck, some characters joke about the fact that he sounds like he's part of some corny hero movie. It's gritty, but I wouldn't call it dark. It's hopeful, and it actually manages to avoid some cliches I expect in a story like this. Want to see Cat be a badass even in old age? Check it out. And we are done. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. My socials will be in the description. And please tell me, have you read these comics? Which one is your favorite? What are some other comics you think I should check out? Are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments.